The third build among the homegrown cycle will be the standard one. Let's begin, because I have some news. Hey guys, it's Papa Mish, and I'm really happy to make this video about the homegrown standard cycle. This is my third promised video in the homegrown concept series of cycle trainings, and I made an oath to make this video. As my team is called the Knights Radiance, we need to stick by our oaths. Also, the next season is gonna be very challenging and interesting, as my main team Sherlock's is gonna be even more competitive, playing in the top division and also participating in the Hat-Trick Masters. Also, there is a big chance I'm gonna be the anti-coach for Israel, so that's gonna be a very interesting road as well. But first thing first, let's speak a little bit about the homegrown experience, as this league just started with the first cup matches, and then of course speak about the standard cycle. So I really like the vibe of not being rushed into this trading war and just thinking about how to prepare to the matches, what can we do. Every choice could be very significant, although the numbers are still quite low. I also made my kit for my Knights Radiance with the logo of all the orders, and wrote my first press announcement, the first ideal of life before death, strength before weakness, and journey before destination. So let's speak about our journey. One thing I really like is the fact that in the past week we were offered a choice between an older and younger players, and this choice could either give us a young trainee to train or an older player that could benefit our competitive play. And I have to say that the older players are pretty much the best way to go. Where are they? I have them in my team somewhere. They have something like this. Formidable main level for defenders, wingbacks, inner midfielders, and so on. So even if you are going for the longer plan of I'm not gonna be competitive, the young players won't be good enough to be a core trainee. So either way, we practically need to take the older one. But one very interesting concept that maybe Hat-Trick could do, this choice of allowing us to pick a player. They introduced this for new teams, and now we are experiencing this in the homegrown league. But maybe this could be some sort of a debut for a loan system, and I'm always against loaning players from other teams. There are too many problems, cheating, and unfair play there. But if one of our main players is being injured, and maybe if we have a staff member, maybe it could be the tactician that not everyone is taking, or maybe it could be influenced by your coach level, or I don't know what. But allowing us to maybe loan a player from the system for a game or two or three, the duration might depend on the injury of our good player, and also we could get a player that is not at the same level as the player that got injured. Let's say our magnificent or our magical level 18 inner midfielder got injured. So maybe we could loan a player from the system, and he could be either level 17 or level 16 or level 15. Each one of those will cost us a different amount of money, and then he'll disappear after a week or two or three when our player is back from his injury. So this way, maybe they could do something like this. Either way, I really love the concept of having this choice and getting a player. And I won my first cup match. We made a comeback. I was down by 2 goals, but eventually won the game. But again, I'm doing this pretty chill without a big rush to promote or to win every match, and we'll just have fun. Let's talk about the homegrown standard cycle. So we'll be building about 13 players, 2 goalkeepers, 3 inner midfielders, 2 wingers, 1 offensive center defender, 2 wingbacks and 3 forwards. The rest could be Youth Academy substitutions. A few comments about this cycle: we will have an age gap and we'll be to compete, we could rebuild at the end, and we will have no ideal players. This means that every position at certain period of time during this build will just play without training, and in other builds some of the positions are constantly training. So here overall the players will be a little bit worse, but maybe the team as a whole could compensate for this. And I'm basing my build on the 3 clone players that we got at the beginning of the build. I am guessing that some of the Youth Academy players that we could promote along the way could be even better, so the result could be could surprise us for the better. Let's see what's the plan. So we will start with 1 season of goalkeeping, then 2 seasons of wing. I'm increasing the number of trainees with each transition. This way I'm allowing the Youth Academy to produce better and better players to introduce into the plan. Then we'll go for a season and a half of defense, a lot of playmaking, scoring for a bit more than 2 seasons, passing, and again to complement more playmaking, defense and scoring to increase the team even more and not drag too high salaries from the beginning. We'll be training 10% stamina along the way for as long as we can, and then we'll start increasing stamina towards the age of 29 to 15, and then after 29, 25, 30% stamina to be competitive. So basing this on the clone players, after 1 season of goalkeeping, the goalkeepers will have 11 goalkeeping. The rest of the players are doing nothing. Then I'm starting to train wing. I want to train wing for my 2 wingers and my wing backs to produce more wing attack. If by this time I'll be able to promote someone decent from the Youth Academy, that could be maybe a forward, that could be a center defender towards the wing, that could be inner midfielder towards the wing, yeah, sure, I'll give him 50% training. After 2 seasons of wing, the main players will have 14 wing, and the players getting 50% training will have 11 wing. Then defense, I will train basically everyone, the wingers, the wing backs, the goalkeepers and the inner midfielders. And after a season and a half, they will have 10 defense. Again, if I'll promote someone even better from the Youth Academy, I'll just benefit. The playmaking will push everyone training at 100% to 14 playmaking, and everyone training at 50% to 10 playmaking. Of course, the 100% slots will go to the wingers and inner midfielders and 1 center defender. If you happen to have a PNF, maybe you could give him the 100% instead of the center defender, or maybe do a rotation to let everyone train at 75% or 80% or 92%, depending on how many players you want to combine in the rotation. Here we are moving to scoring, because without attack we won't be able to win any matches. And basing this only on wing attack and playing towards the wing, it's not something you can bank on all the time. So it will be a bit more than 2 seasons of scoring, and during this time we're training only 6 players, which are 3 inner midfielders and 3 forwards. They will reach about level 12 if they are starting from level 5 at this time. Then passing, everyone is getting passing. You get passing, you get passing, everyone is getting passing, pretty cool. And we are moving to complement the main training skills. 2 seasons of playmaking will push my players, our players, to playmaking 16, and those that are getting 50% will reach about 12 or 13 playmaking. Then 10 more seasons of wing, it could be of defense, it could be a bit more, a bit less, but it will give us one level of defense to push everyone training there to 11, and a bit about a season of scoring to push everyone to, oh sorry, it will push them to 13. I know it will push them to 13. Now we have it right. So the last slide will show us the rating at the age of 32. In the homegrown standard cycle, I didn't do a comparison around the age of 25 because in this cycle, the ratings are not that competitive. We do have some wing, we do have some playmaking, we will be able to win a lot of matches in the lower divisions, but it won't be as competitive as others, so it's more interesting to see this. Here you could see how the players will look like. I didn't want to present too many players, so I'm basically just presenting all the players that are getting 100% training. So the goalkeepers will be 11-11. The inner midfielders will have 16 playmaking, 11 defense, and 10 passing, and even 13 scoring. If the wingers will not have the scoring, but they will have the 10 passing, 14 wing, 16 playmaking, and 11 defense. Those that will get the 50% training slots will have less. Like the wing backs will have only 10 or 12 or 13 playmaking. And if we'll be looking at the wing backs, they will have 14 wing, while other players might have only 11 wing, the forwards, for example. What are the ratings that we are producing? So, at home match, as everyone else, playing a 3-5-2 formation with one offensive center defender, normal, without a tactic, on Team Spirit 8 and Team Confidence 8, we are getting 17.5 midfield. The defense is about 12 overall, and the attack is 14.5 overall, which is not bad, but we could play with a simulator a little bit, because we have built 13 players. Well, let's say 12 players because we have a sub goalkeeper, but the sub goalkeeper, he has 11 defense, so he could definitely play in the defense to play counterattacks. So let's see an example. This is it, the 17.5, in the midfield. I'll increase it a little bit, and we see here the center, the defender. Let's say we want to play a Norwegian formation with a standard one. So the attack is popping to about 17, and I could play my against a long shot team. I will produce 20 attack in the center and about 19 on the sides, which is starting to be pretty nice. And let's say I want to do something else. Let's say I want to play a more defensive formation. Let's say I want to counterattack against a Norwegian team. So here I will move one of the inner midfielders to the defense. I'll play everyone defensive because they have a little bit of defense, and I could play a counterattack. So my defense is about 15.5, 16.5. We could say, hey, maybe it's not that good. Okay, no problem. Let's push another one. We're playing against a Norwegian team. They don't have a defense at all. So even this attack of 7-9 will break their defense. But now my tactical level is 21 and my defense is not that bad. My defense is 19 in the center and 16.5 on the side. So the only main formation of 3-5-2 is not that impressive, maybe compared to the best formation of the long shots or the Norwegian. But we have a lot of flexibility here, and we could have nice counterattacks, we could have nice attacking ratings, and not bad standard ratings. So this is the homegrown standard cycle, and this is the plan. This concludes my 3 main ideas for the homegrown league, which are the long shot, Norwegian, and standard cycles. There are 2 other interesting things to explore, which is the PM rush and some extreme counterattacks, but for the time being, I'll leave it with this. As I said, my upcoming season should be very interesting and very packed, so I'm not sure how much free time I will have for this. But I did manage to stream on Twitch the first cup matches for the homegrown league, and maybe if I'll have time I'll do more chill streams for the homegrown league, either the league matches or the cup matches, so you are more than welcome to join me there, share your ideas, your plans, your teams, the players, how you are doing, the youth academy stars that you are getting, and so on. Let me know in the comment section if you love the standard homegrown cycle. Do you love the flexibility that it offers? And anything else that you want to say. As always, Hattrick, it's more than a game, it's a community, and I'll see you next time.